And then I played this phrase here over the C chord. And I landed on the A, and this is the third of the following F chord. So this was my target note here, the A, yeah? And before I used the C major pentatonic as my bass for the entire lick. And I think most people, when they have problems making music out of pentatonics, it's because they use the pentatonic very strict. They just use those notes here and neglect anything in between. While I see it as a frame, yeah, with two beams here, one on the left side and then one crooked one on the right side with covered by the ring finger and the pinky. But you can connect the left and the right side with some crossbars, yeah, or some notes in between. You just don't want to land on those notes at the beginning of a bar or for a long time, then it might sound strange. But you can always use them as connecting points, yeah, to get from the left to the right side or the other way around. So let me show you what I mean. I will just improvise to the first verse here, and I will try to use all the notes between the 5th and the 8th fret here on all the strings. Okay? So you saw and you heard that it works with all the notes in between. You just have to make sure that you land on the right note at the right time, as always in music. Yeah, the trick is when the chord progression changes to another chord, F for instance, you want to land on the note from the F chord, which would be in this area here, A, which is on the pentatonic, or the C here. You can land on the F, which is not in the pentatonic, but you can use it. We got C here, A, F again outside, C and A in the pentatonic. So it's always good if you know those arpeggios, you know the chord shapes, yeah, and the chords in those areas here. When we start with the C chord, this would be your C here, G shape, yeah? And then the F chord, C shape. And then the G, D shape. So if you know all the chord notes, then it makes it much easier to make sense out of the pentatonic when you improvise. And again, I have some exercises for you in the third section that will help you to gain some experience and some knowledge of the fretboard. Then over the F chord, I played this lick here. And this is a very common thing in country music where you use the C shape, this for the F chord here. And then you hammer on to the G string, hitting the B string at the same time. Or you can do the same on the D string, where you can hear the G string ringing. Yeah? You can also do it afterwards, playing one string, the hammer on first, and then the string underneath. And the same here on the D string. And to achieve this, we have to use the index to bar the top 4 strings, while the middle finger holds the B string here. You can go back as far as the Wildwood Flowers, one of the early examples where you can hear this lick. And also in many of the Maddox Brothers solos, you can hear something along those lines. Or Carl Perkins used it in Drink Up and Go Home. This is in the key of A, so I have to move to the 2nd fret here. So make sure you learn how to grab the C shape and then you do the hammer-ons for a nice country sound.